What's going on, boys? It's Flaws, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the perfect way to start on the CT side on Ancient. Starting off with middle, because I feel like that's the most important part of the map for the early round. What I like to do is have the first player come right here to this wall, aim to the right of this leaf, and hard throw a molly off the wall like that. It's going to bounce, and do a really good job of spreading and making so the T's either have to sit behind this Molotov, or push through and take a lot of damage. What they can also do is, after that molly is thrown, they can have a nade that they throw off the wall right here. Take one step towards Donut to get your gun out, and then you can re-peek and try to take this fight on any other T's that are trying to fight you. If you do feel like there's a lot of T's that are peeking mid, you can obviously throw a flash off the wall right here and peek with this. It's a great way to kind of control mid just a little bit further for that front player. The second player, who's behind them, can throw a molly off the wall right here. Just find this wall. Once you get to the top of the stairs, you can throw this molly right about there. You just want it to spread enough. So right there, as you can see, it spreads just a little bit more if you take that extra step, and kind of forces those T's out into the middle fight, or they have to just kind of take a lot of damage and just sit behind it, right? But ultimately, it's a really good way to control mid. Once you throw that molly, you can take a step back, aim at the bottom of this V right here to the second line, and just throw flashes like this. Just run through. Oh, not that one, I hit the wall. But right before you hit the wall, and throw these flashes. What those flashes do is any T's that are flying out will be full blinded by those, up to the point where they're not blinded by them, so they're full blind, full blind, full blind. Once they get to here, if they start to take this fight on the person Donut, that Donut flash is going to pop perfectly so that this person's going to be blind no matter how they're trying to take a fight onto the CTs, right? That's a really good way to control mid. I'm going to do it all in one real quick, just so you can kind of see what it looks like for the T's. The one right here, and then second one's right off this wall, like that. I actually threw that a little early, but if you take that extra step, it'll kind of burn this whole area out as well. That's a really good way to control mid. Once you get that controlled a little bit better, and you feel like the T's aren't really pressuring it, you can throw this smoke off the wall, nothing crazy. And then you can kind of feel like, okay, now my mid's controlled, I can start to work towards this B long position. What I like to do once I'm here is if I have the smoke, you can throw it off this wall, just like that. And you can kind of help your cave player out. On the T side, what it looks like is, okay, we have to hit B, not through cave, but through this ramp position if they're all stacked right here, right? So it makes it really awkward for the T's to actually start to work this area out. And I think that's just a really good way to control mid, and that's kind of how I've been doing it in my games. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. But let's move on to B, right? If you're playing on the B site, what I like to do is I'll push to this corner right here. I'll aim up from this little kind of darker piece on the wall to the height of the tree line, and then just a little bit above it, right? Like that. Once my crosshair, I take a few steps to hit the tree line, I'll throw this Molotov. That'll do a lot of damage to people that are running towards cave, but not only that, it'll kind of give an audio cue to the people that are playing in cave for my team, or myself if I throw that molly, and they'll just let me know that there's CTs, or there's T's that can be in that cave position. You can follow it up with a nade as well, like that, but you hear some ticks in the T's, you can throw a nade off the wall like this. Throw a smoke as well if you really want to. And just kind of wait this out. Once you feel like you have this controlled, then you can help your teammates fight mid. They can help you. And it's a really good way just to kind of control that cave position at the start of the round. So that nade also, I think it went a little deep there. You can throw the same thing, just like here. Aim up from this position, walk forward, and throw that nade like this. That's a really good job of any T's that are running up. It'll slow them down at least. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but if you're trying to pair something with that molly, that's a really good nade as well. So molly like this. Just to show it one more time. Bounces off that wall. Does a good job of just kind of taking the T's down as they're running towards that cave position. If you want to kind of molly this B main position, as you're coming towards the site, you'll find this kind of taller shadow on the wall. Aim to the top of it, and right before you hit this box on the site, you're going to throw that Molotov off. It's going to do a really good job of kind of cutting this area off from that door position. You can follow this up with a nade as well. Just aim a little bit lower on the wall like this. Once that nade hits, you can even throw the same nade if you really want off the wall, but it tends to pop a little bit high. Yeah, like that. I would probably throw it a little bit lower, maybe off the wall right here. Something like that. Just to kind of slow the T's down if you're going for this aggressive play. You can pair that with the smoke as well, so first player might throw something like this. Your teammate's still running in. Oh, I forgot to actually run through it. Like that. Then they can throw a second smoke right behind it. Once that smoke pops, the door is completely covered. Your team can go for a cave and kind of ramp crunch here. So that's kind of how I like to play B if you're going to go for a little bit more of a gimmicky play. Obviously there's the just kind of smoke down B and hold, which is totally fine as well. That's kind of the more standard play, but if you're trying to get a little creative with it, you can try those ones in your game. If I'm playing over on the A position, on the A site, what I like to do is play right here. I'll kind of walk through my smoke while aiming at the corner right here like this. Once that pops, you know that it's going to be fully cleared. You can have a nade that you throw at the wall right here like this while you're walking. Once that pops, it does a really good job of clearing that smoke. Hopefully you can get a free kill on someone that's just kind of not expecting that. But that's kind of the more standard way of how I like to play on the A site. If I'm not playing pushed up in this position right here, I'm usually playing on the back of site, or I'm playing donut. If I'm playing in donut and they're starting to take the site, what I tend to do is throw a smoke right here, just right in front of this donut position. It makes it awkward for the T's to actually clear you out. You can get back into the back of the site as well. Throw some nades, throw some flashes in this area. You can even get a little bit deeper as well, so maybe you throw it off the wall so that it bounces better for you. Like this. Once that pops, you know you can get into the back of site. If you do like to play in the back of site, you can do something pretty similar, where you're throwing a smoke off the wall, or a molly, just to kind of delay the T's from pushing you in the back of site, which is, it's really hard to get the bomb planted and actually win the round as a T if I'm playing from back here, right? If my whole team's back here, the CTs have a really easy time of rotating back in and kind of just slowly isolating angles one by one. So let me show you from here what it looks like. You start to see a T, okay, throw that smoke down. You can start to work around this. Your team can actually work from CT back into site very easily with this. As you can see, there's not really a great spot that operas can peek into you if they're playing from here. Yeah, and if they start to plant the bomb, you can nade it or spam it out a little bit. Or just let them plant it, and then you know that you have the back of site covered, so it's a lot easier to actually retake on top of that. That's kind of how I like to play on the A site. If you have a flash as well, you can throw it off this wall, peek with it. Pretty standard stuff, right? But I hope that gave you guys a couple ideas on the A site. If you're trying to retake towards B, what I like to do is push in this corner right here from A. You'll find this little notch in the roof. Just jump through your smoke like that. Jump up right here, kind of get in line with the corner of this wall, aim down at the cobblestone right here at the bottom, and just run through a molly like that. I actually didn't get enough steps there, so let me just show that again. Throw a molly like that. That smoke pops for ramp, so you can retake pretty easily, knowing that no one can be playing in this tight corner, waiting for you to run out. They have to be committed to that fight. And that molly lands right here, forcing anyone that's playing in this position to either commit to a fight or have to fall back and just kind of wait for it to fade out. So I hope that helped you guys and just kind of understand a little bit more on how to play on Ancient. If you guys are having any troubles or problems with any of the tips today, let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.